This is just a quick video about how I could have avoided crushing my foot and breaking my toe while working on my car using a jack stand. Here you see a jack stand. My first bit of advice is to never depend solely on your jack to keep your car up. They can fail, they can slip, and the car can crush you as it did to me, but I'll get more into that in a bit. At the time that it happened, I was using a jack stand and I was working in my front yard and I had the jack stand on the grass. As you can see, there's not much base to the bottom of that. So what happened was the vehicle pushed down on the jack stand and dug in like this, and the vehicle slipped and came down on my foot. My foot happened to be, I had the tire off, and my foot happened to be under the brake rotor, which I don't normally do, but it was a perfect storm and it came down on my foot. Luckily, I was working on this car, not this one, so all that happened was I broke my toe. I could have cut the end of my foot completely off had I been working on this and had that happened. So now I always make sure I have either a couple pieces of board or a flat piece of board like this to put underneath the jack stand, as well as, I never did before, but I've started putting wood underneath my ramps. If that sinks down and I'm underneath there, it could be really bad. I managed to get away with broken toe. Luckily I had boots on, they weren't steel-toed, but I could have lost my foot, and I've known of people that have lost their lives while working under a vehicle and had, depending either just on the jack, had it slipped or had their jack stand slip somehow. So I would advise to use even more than one jack stand under there, just you never know. The more the better. You hate to see you lose a limb or your life from working on a vehicle. Here we see the jack stand centered on the wood on a flat surface, as flat as you can get. That's why I use my front yard. And then up there underneath the frame. Should something happen to the jack or whatever, that jack stand's going to hold it up. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have another one in the front, a stump of wood. Just always take precautions. Hopefully this saves somebody from injury, and if it helps one person, then I'm glad I did it. Thank you.